Hello and welcome to today's episode. I am in the French Alps where it is 35 degrees, it's super hot, it's super humid and it's super glorious. Today I'm going to explore hiking for the very first time. So let's go and check out amateur hiking in the French Alps.
The Alps, a wondrous source of fun, excitement and adrenaline rushes for the travel enthusiast who enjoys something that gets the heart racing. In wintertime, these slopes are covered in snow. But I came here in the summer and was looking to experience something else from this mountainous environment. My adventure began in a resort called Le Grand Bonheur, nestled high in the French Alps, close to Switzerland and in the shadow of Mont Blanc. This region is typically known for its ski resorts, but at this time of year it is transformed into a popular destination for mountain climbers and hikers of all abilities. The first thing I needed was a place to prepare myself for the days ahead. My home for the evening would be the quaint Le Village de Lessy, a charming residence of holiday apartments set in the heart of the hamlet of Chenelon. It's a unique place in that it's built directly onto the rock face. As a result, and quite unusually, both the main entrance and the hotel's stunning reception area are located at the top of the hotel, with the rooms going down the side of the cliff. This means, of course, that every room has stunning views of the mountain range. There are 140 luxurious apartments to choose from, and once there, you can take advantage of the swimming pool, jacuzzi, sauna, steam room and beauty centre. On the ground floor are a number of shops and there are a few restaurants dotted about. The small community of Chenelon is idealistic, to say the least. Local guide Stephanie Pollett explained just what makes this region so special.
So you are in Le Grand Bonheur village, in the French Alps, nearby Annecy, 30 minutes drive. You can do lots of, so I said hiking, climbing, lots of activity like mountain bike, or even water sports. But I think the main attraction, of course, for everybody, I think it's the main attraction is the mountains, and the fact it's a resort, village resort. There is very lively for everybody, for kids, for families also, for teenagers.
The quiet community has a sprinkling of wooden chalets and stone buildings, and walking around the area was certainly a good warm-up for the task that lay ahead. Normally, when walking, I'm heading to a specific place for a specific time. And of course, it's not normally this arduous. It felt a little strange walking for the sake of walking somewhere, and felt a little uncomfortable tackling the mountains with no prior experience. Fortunately, this is not undiscovered territory, and the region has a good network of paths and maps to choose from to help you on your way.
You have different levels actually, so it can be really for experts or beginners. For beginners you have a slow path for families, for example, even with the poussettes, with the babies. And you have also experts with via ferrata or climbing or more difficult paths in the mountains. So everybody can find a different level of activities.
You really don't get far before the views start to impact on you. The villages and hotels soon disappear, and all you can see is the glorious mountain peaks. There was a gentle, refreshing breeze in the air, which was certainly welcome, as with a combination of both the summer sun and my current altitude, it was getting pretty hot, pretty quick. I was perhaps a little unprepared for just how much effort even this beginner route required from me. It's about now that I realised just how unhealthy my lifestyle has been. Despite hauling equipment with me, I decided to take it easy and continue along the hiking trail towards the unique location of my overnight stay. The campsite was simple, with no frills, no luxuries, and no modern conveniences. I was sharing this experience with a few like-minded strangers who soon became friends, as we bonded over the campfire in the mountains for the entire evening. For my protection from local wildlife, I slept in a teepee. That is an 8-berth accommodation, with a straw floor to really make me feel at home. I don't think I had ever in my life been this far away from technological distractions. The smell of the burning campfire, the sounds of the mountains, and the view of the night sky was my entertainment. And I loved every minute of it. I wanted to get a feel for the area as much as possible, so I planned to aim for the small village of Megeve for some recovery time. Megeve is another popular ski resort with a significant jazz presence. Local expert Anaïs Riku took me on a guided tour of the village.
Megeve is a resort haut de gamme, so with very specific services, and we have 200 shops in Megeve, and this is an asset for the resorts because you can spend the morning hiking in the mountains and you can relax the afternoon in the streets and do shopping, and you can find shops you cannot find everywhere. People used to go in the beach during the summer and they don't really think about mountains. But mountains offer so many activities, so it's becoming more and more attractive. So we are in the main square in the village center, and you can see the church and the city hall of the town. And just behind me you have a carriage. And carriages are very special for Megeve because, first of all, at the beginning of the cycle, when the destination has been developed by the tourism, they use the horses for the construction of the ski resorts and also to help the first skiers to go up the mountains. Megeve is a unique place. You can find carriages to make tours in the village, not in the mountain, but you can go a little bit up to have a view on the village.
Megeve also has a musical heritage.
The jazz club is very mythic in Megeve. Megeve was the place to be during the 20s, 30s, 40s. A lot of artists, musicians, actors came here for having fun. It was like Saint-Tropez in summer and Megeve in winter. Inside is still a club with live concerts, not only jazz but music.
Megeve is certainly a beautiful little village. With the mountains ever present as a backdrop, the call to get back on the trails is hard to ignore. With time running out on my mini adventure, there was one more thing I wanted to do.
So while hiking is certainly one of the best ways of seeing a mountain up close and personal, there is perhaps a better way of seeing them, and that is from the skies.
Arriving at the small airfield, I was filled with excitement, which soon turned to anxious nerves when I saw the little plane line up on the runway. With almost no taxiing and with barely an announcement, we were shooting down the runway and into the air. It was loud and rickety, but that just added to the experience.
I think the plane tour around the Mont Blanc is the most exciting thing I did. You have different tours from 20 to 40 minutes, and you can see all the mountains, the Mont Blanc range from the sky.
The view was breathtaking. I'd been looking at these mountains for days, but from this height they look totally different. Mont Blanc itself is just enormous. Looking down at the rock formations, it hit home just how massive it is. All too soon, we're heading back to the runway. An epic experience I highly recommend. What an incredible adventure! Okay, so it's just a bit of walking and camping, but for me, the experience was entirely new, and I genuinely can't recommend it enough. So if you fancy a mild challenge and a continuous sense of awe, a summertime trip to the French Alps won't leave you disappointed.